Okay, I am calling this series where I rant on about my beliefs and what I hate in society, science, Christianity, etc., atheism, etc. Piss everyone off. I haven't gotten to the Christians yet. I'm starting out with the atheists, and later on I will get to the Christians. Trust me, I will start pissing off some Christians, even though I myself am a Christian. So, just wait for it, because it will happen. Guaranteed fact. In fact, if you watch my God and Evolution videos, you'll notice that I already have pissed off some young earthers. In this video, we will be talking about what I dislike about the theory of evolution. So, get ready to hear some hate on the theory of evolution. You might be surprised what I hate about the theory of evolution, and what I actually think is quite truthful about the theory of evolution. I actually do think that there are some truths to the theory of evolution, but there are some lies mixed into it as well. And if you want to be a little bit nicer, you can call these, what I'm calling lies, extrapolation errors. It's a statistician phrase. An extrapolation error is where you extrapolate beyond the point where the data would best fit the results. So, let's get on to it. Okay, now that we got that out of the way, we are going to give the evolutionist the benefit of the doubt, and we are going to start with the truths of evolution. So, let's get on to it. What are the truths of evolution? There's 4 of them. So, let's see here. Oh yeah, we have microevolution, speciation, and microbial evolution, and the existence of transitional fossils with no clear pathway. Now, you might be surprised that I'm a progressive creationist that supports theistic evolutionary ideals, and I am admitting to the existence of transitional fossils. But notice I said that there is no clear pathway. I'll get on to what I mean by no clear pathway later on. Okay, the 2 lies in evolution, or to be more gentle, extrapolation errors, are macroevolution and chemical evolution. So, let's define what the truths are. Microevolution. Microevolution is the process of variation in life. Change over time. Any kind of change, good or bad. That's all microevolution. Speciation. Some creationists do not accept this as true, but I accept it as true because it can be demonstrated to be true. It's when you take 2 groups of the same species, separate them for a certain length of time, And you eventually will have two different distinct species because the groups will no longer be able to intermingle even though they were originally of the same species. This has been demonstrated with the rabbits. It's why we have several different species of canine. It's even, to a certain extent, has to do with the different breeds of dogs. Even though all those breeds of dogs can still intermingle with each other. Though I would love to see somebody try to put a Maltese with a Rottweiler. Don't think it would work. Okay, that's speciation. Let's see here. Microbial evolution. This is the one where microbes, bacteria, those kind of stuff become resistant to antibiotics that we treat them with. It's also the one where that occurs in labs when they'll do experiments such as LTE, a long-term evolutionary experiment. That was microbial evolution that they were experimenting with there. So, transitional fossils. Transitional fossils exist, and there's transitional fossils for dinosaur to bird, ape to man. The examples of transitional fossils for dinosaur to bird are Archaeopteryx, Archinix, or however it's said, examples for ape to human are all the hominids. When I say there's no clear pathway, this is actually what a lot of creationists are arguing for when they say there's no transitional fossils. We say there's no transitional fossils because that gets a bigger rise out of you, not because we think there actually isn't any. So, in order for me to believe that dinosaurs and birds are the same thing, you are going to have to show me a clear pathway, but using the transitional fossils that exist, and line it up based on the way you think it would go, the way it shows up in the fossil record, and tell me whether or not if there are any missing links. Same thing goes for the hominids, ape to man. Same thing goes for any other transitional fossils that may exist and the forms that they are supposed to link. So that's about it for the truths of evolution. Now let's get on to the lies of evolution, or the extrapolation errors if you want to be more gentle, but I will call them lies. Macroevolution. I'm about to say something that no evolutionist will ever admit that this says, but to me it sounds like it says this. Macroevolution says a dog can give birth to a non-dog. Yep, I just said it. Dog give birth to non-dog. That's what macroevolution says. And here's why I think that. Because a good example of macroevolution is dinosaur to bird. Now, I've already explained why I don't think a dinosaur and a bird are the same thing. So, you have dinosaur as the ancestor of bird. Bird as the descendant of dinosaur. That's pretty much dinosaur begot bird. If you know anything about the word begot, it means descendant of, especially when used in biblical terms. So, dinosaur begot bird. That's dog gives birth to non-dog. Or dog begot non-dog. Interesting, ain't it? And chemical evolution. Chemical evolution is the process of creating life from cells or creating life from non-living chemicals. This has never been successfully completed in a lab. Never once have they ever been able to combine non-living chemicals and get a cell. And that's why I think it's a lie. Another term for this is abiogenesis, but that's very different from evolution. We are talking about evolution. Although some people will refer to this as abiogenesis, I do not think it is abiogenesis. I think it is evolution. I realize the differences between evolution and abiogenesis, so because I think chemical evolution is evolution and not abiogenesis, I am not going to include it as abiogenesis. But anyways, how do you get someone to buy a lie? You put bits of truth among it, which is what they've done with evolution. They've put 4 bits of truth among 2 lies. Pretty convincing when you have only 2 lies in the theory. Prove me wrong and I will retract my statement. And I've told you how to prove me wrong. Demonstrate chemical evolution in the lab. I will retract my statement about chemical evolution being a lie, but until you can demonstrate chemical evolution in the lab, it will be a lie to me. Chemical evolution is taking non-living chemicals and making it into a cell. If you can do that, in the lab, without the interference of scientists, I have to emphasize that part, without the interference of scientists, because that's only when you have scientists interfering and forcing the result to come out the way they want it to, you are only proving that the beginning of life needed intelligence. You are not proving that life could have occurred on its own. You are proving that the beginning of life needed intelligence. If you can do it without the interference of scientists, then I will believe that chemical evolution is true. And for macroevolution, you need to show me clear transitional pathways, for example, for dinosaur to bird, and for ape to man. How you think they would line up, how they line up in the fossil record, and whether or not there are any missing links, along with the genetic differences, if any exist. That's what you need to show me for me to change my position. You can call me a retard all you want, but that does not make me one. I am actually quite an intelligent person. Oh, by the way, just to clarify, I have studied evolution from both creationist and secular websites, and contrary to what a lot of atheists are probably going to put in the comments of this video, it was more secular websites than creationist websites. That's right, I looked at more secular stuff than creationist stuff to arrive at my conclusions. So that's what I think of the theory of evolution. 4 bits of truth put among 2 lies. That's what I think it is. And it's those 2 lies on why there is the argument between creationists and evolutionists going on. So there you have it. That's it. That's all. Bye.